Welcome to Grey Primer, a weekly show that's mostly about miniatures. My name is Nick, I'm your host, and in this week's episode I'm going to be unboxing Reaper subscription boxes. And it's a lockdown special with unboxings from March through to June. I've done two of these before. I'll put the other unboxings into the show notes below. So these are the monthly Reaper subscription boxes that are available on mightylancergames.co.uk. Mighty Lancer are a fantastic independent retailer in Bridlington in East Yorkshire. They do a UK postage version of this for £20 a month. Their international version is $32.50. I'll put an affiliate link into the show notes below, and if you click on that and purchase anything from Mighty Lancer, I'll get a small kickback from that, and you'll get the same great value that Mighty Lancer offers across its entire range. Well worth checking them out. So I've been getting these boxes for quite some time. They cost £20 a month if you're getting them shipped to a UK address, $32.50 to an international address. Because I'm based in Ireland, this would be $32.50 a month. And I just figured, well, I could just send it to a family home in the UK. I go up there every month anyway, and yeah, made sense. Ship it there, pick it up from there, bring it back here, unbox it for you lovely people. And then there's a global pandemic and we go into complete national lockdown. I think like 2 kilometers or 5 kilometers was my range. And yeah. So the Reaper Minis mounted up. And when we finally were allowed to sort of travel a bit further, I was able to go collect these, and now I have 4 for you to unbox. I'm going to fly through them, and let's not waste any more time. Back soon. Okay, so this is it. It's the lockdown special, the quadruple Reaper subscription box unboxing from Mighty Lancer Games. I said that all in one breath. And this is the only one I have a date on. I have no idea what date these other 3 landed in. So we'll start with this, and then I guess I'll just take whatever comes next. Get started here. Let's get into this. So let's go. Gonna move that knife or do myself damage. So Reaper have a whole bunch of different ranges. And I'll sort of note those as I go through. Let's see who we've got first here. The Avatar of Sokar or Sokar. Artist is T. Prow. And this is from the Dark Heaven range of bones. And I've said it before, sometimes these bubble packs obscure sort of the sharpness of the miniatures. So I'm just going to tear those away as we go through here. Let's see what this one looks like. So, Egyptian-looking character here. This might be good for Khemri, Blood Bowl team, something like that. And, sorry, the arms are here. That's a nice open hand there as well. That's pretty cool little sculpt on that, nice detail. And then this mace, I guess, or probably some ceremonial thing, but kind of looks like a fancy club. That's a good start. Oh wow, another big miniature here. This is the Hill Giant Lowland Warrior. So, multi-part there. And again, from the Dark Heavens range. Sorry, Dark Heaven. Singular. Oh, look at those feet. Oh, this is a big one. Yeah, this is pretty cool. Get a sense of the size of it there. Look at these great feet. Reaper miniatures have this kind of, it's almost like a rubberized sort of feel to them. So they're incredibly resilient. You know, these can be dropped on the floor a bunch of times and they're not going to shatter or anything like that, like we'd get with some resins. But there's nice detail on this, on the hand here, and the strapping around this club. Even the inside of the club there has got some pretty good texturing on it. So that's cool. That's very cool, actually. I'm pleased with that. And then let's just have a look at this beautiful face. Oh, yeah. Stunner. Okay, so that was the Hill Giant Lowland Warrior. And yeah, what I'll do at the very end is I'll just show the value for money on these. And against the whatever the ticket price is on them, which is like £20 each, including UK postage. So we've got a female anti-paladin. Artist is B. Jackson. Recognize that name from the past. And so far these have all been from the Dark Heaven range. Well, that's quite a nice base that one's on. It's not dissimilar to the Amalia Navina base from the Adeptus Sororitas Warhammer range. Just an interesting thing. Pretty cool shield. Oh, wow. That's lovely. A bendy axe. That can be straightened, I'm sure. Yeah, a bit of detail on the face there, on the clothing. So that's quite nice. And then we have Aina, the female Valkyrie. From P. Keith. Oh, super curvy sword. Oh my goodness me. She's almost hitting herself in the back of the head with this one. Look at that. That's hilarious. I think it's supposed to be ultra dramatic and up here somewhere, but instead it's just like curling over. But the wings on the helmet are lovely. The expression on the face, the clothing is incredibly intricate with multiple sort of textures there and patterns. A usable shield rather than being terribly ornate. Mixture of animal pelts and I think maybe her hair in there as well. But these folds in the robes and stuff are beautiful. The only shame really is this sword. But I'm sure that's fixable. That's a nice one though. And here we have a ghast. I don't mean aghast, like he was aghast. It's like ghast. Okay, distorted body. A lot of sort of, bulbous muscles, and he's definitely skipped leg day, this dude. But yeah, not looking too happy. Let's have a look at this. I've had similar ones to these in the past, the sort of translucent plastic ghostly summons from Jay Guthrie. These ones don't come up on camera too well, but I will try my best. Yeah, hard to tell. I'm not really sure how to deal with this. I mean, obviously you don't want to prime it because it'll lose this lovely glowy green stuff. Like a wash or something? Perhaps someone has experience with painting those. And no sticker in there, but some Haribo. So that's 1-0 to Haribo. And let's see what we got. Here's our last one. Oh, Werebear. Lovely. So all of these ones have been from Dark Heaven range. And this Werebear is an absolute cracker. Oh yeah, look at the fur and everything, the rope around the neck. Is that a bit of blue resin or something? Like a tiny blue plastic bead got into the mix there, I think. The way this clothing is draped, the bits of rope that are sort of attached around him at different parts here to hold on these clothes. That's really nice. Loving these big bear claws as well. Kind of a tiny looking axe for such a big beast, but most likely to proportion. I'm liking the additional markings on the axe blade. Yeah, that's really nice. Let's give you some, show that detail on that face. Very much sort of a grisly look to it, with that extended snout. That's lovely. Wow, I'm really happy with this. What was this, March? Cool. So it's 1-0 to Haribo. Let's get into box number 2. There's a different design here. I remember in the past I had some damage to the previous sort of style of box that I just opened. And when they started shipping in these longer, flatter ones, they seem to be a lot more robust. But as you can see from these other two, like there's no crushing or damage to those. So maybe I just got unlucky in the past. They seem to be solidly enough made. Okay, number 2. We got another one of our little vouchers. Hey, we got one in the sticker column. Okay, so it's 1-1 at the minute. And let's go. So, bar? What that says? So it's a bar? Oh, brilliant. It looks like it could also be an altar. Yeah, it looks like there are slots in the bar for these kegs. So you just slide them in, I guess. You tap them and then slide them in. And then you just put your glass underneath, fill up, and the patrons around the other side collect their drink. And there's a wee ridge here for putting your foot up. That's brill. And like these little cupboards underneath, I guess, for keeping drinks or whatever. It's a nice wood grain effect on that too. Nice. Okay. Eladan, Elf Ranger. I guess a lot of these sort of class names will adhere to Dungeons and Dragons, but you could use these in any sort of fantasy game. And I'll most likely be modifying a lot of these for Blood Bowl. It depends on the figure, whether it'll sort of survive the transition into Blood Bowl. But this is probably one of the ones that would be a little bit more of a struggle. You know, robes and things maybe don't do so well on a football field. But a nice looking miniature. We got Human Warrior Barnabas. Wonder will his shield be as nice as that other shield we saw? Not quite as nice. The other one with the big face on it was awesome. But that's still respectable enough. At least they've taken the time to do that design on it, that sculpt. I think that's his helmet or his hair. A bit of a curvy sword there, but that's fixable. And, you know, something that's probably an easy enough one to transition over to Blood Bowl. You can kind of see it almost as a lineman or something. Anyway, sometimes I just like to keep them as they are because they just look like really nice fantasy miniatures. And other times I just completely just tear them to shreds and add them to my teams. So this is interesting one, Sir Conlon. And that is a different color plastic. Seems to be a lot of sort of variation with there's this darker plastic, which is not quite as bendy, although there is still a bit of flex to it. And then there's the white plastic you saw before. That's actually lovely. I love the way the shield is strapped at the back there. These lovely robes. This lovely bit of robe here just curling around the blade of the sword. That's cool. A nice little shield with a what do you call it? Scroll work there for putting in a family name or something, or maybe a wee bit of Latin. And the handle's a bit bent over there, but it's fixable again. And yeah, I love these robes just flicking off and curling around. Oh, that's cool. Sir Conlon. Next, we got Andras, the evil warrior. I'm not sure that he looks evil yet. He or she. Let's just see. Does that look evil to you? I guess we cannot judge them just by their clothes. Not as big a fan of this robe effect. I don't think it's as well done as that Sir Conlon one. I'll just get it up here beside it for comparison. This just seems like a really elegant sculpt, whereas this just seems a bit like they've kind of used a modeling tool just to shove up in sort of these spaces here to make it look like there's wind, whereas this seems just much more delicately done. But anyway, what's his name? Evil Andras. Still not bad. Dean, Dark Elf Warrior. Dark Elf Warrior looks like she's heavily tilted back. Kind of an interesting pose. I'm not sure if that's actually sustainable, holding that sword out the back. Can someone stand like that? Does it matter? It's a fantasy figure. Move on. This weapon here is... Ooh. Is this a glaive? I could be totally wrong there. I like the hair and stuff and the ponytail. The clothes look fine. Detail on the face looks a little understated there, but maybe I'm just not seeing it clearly with the camera. Not bad. Alrighty. Fiara, elf heroine. And I'm not sure I can make out much detail on the camera, but bear in mind I'm looking at this through the viewfinder. The pose looks much more natural than that last one. And there looks to be nice amounts of detail on the hair and everything, but I'm just not sure I'm picking up a lot of detail on the face. But I can see the little nose and stuff there. Quite a few in this one, which is great. So this is Tibial, the Hellborn rogue. It looks like it's shaking a cocktail. There we go. Quite a simple figure, but I kind of like it. I like the daggers up beside the face. I think it's the curl of the tail and probably the pose. And finally here for box number 2 is QUADRUPLE. Again by B. Jackson. And QUADRUPLE has got his or her back to us. Oh, I thought this was a multi-part one, but it's a single part. What is going on here? Reptilian. Crazy looking sword. Nice shoulder armor. Really dramatic looking shoulder armor. These tassel detail down here. You can see the forearm armor. The reptilian tail out the back. And understated enough wee shield there. But I'm liking the detail on the face. And that's a pretty cool mini actually. Okay. Oh! So I thought one of them was going to take the lead, but nope. It is 2-all. Oh my goodness. That's unexpected. Okay. Some padding. Okay. So let's get into box 3. So another Dark Heaven. Male Centaur. Asgardy. Do I have any Centaur models? I'm not sure that I do. Maybe I do. The wings in that thing in the box. Anyway. Stop getting distracted. Okay, so this Centaur has a serious problem with gravity. It is. Should it be here? I'm assuming that's much more dramatic. I'm assuming it should be standing up like this, not kind of just cornering. Like, what did it look like initially? Oh, it's like that. Okay, so yeah, it's cornering there when I think really it should be up here somewhere. I'm not sure if I have any other Centaurs. I'm going to leave that big one till the last. So what do we got? Highlands Familiar and Menhir. Menhir's a big stone, yeah? Oh yeah, cool. What's it there? Well, this looks interesting. Highlands Familiar. Don't think I've ever had a Scottish themed mini before. Okay, so here's the Menhir. Well, that is nice. So that is completely... Oh, wow. This inscription, what do you call it? Carving on the surface of the rock there. Yeah, this is my favorite so far. That is gorgeous. Completely unexpected miniature. Where's the other part of it? Oh, would you look at this guy? He's got his little set of pipes. His robes there. Has he got a kilt on? Possibly. Looks like it. But I'm loving the little face, the beard, the hair, the eyebrows. Oh. And combined with the Menhir. So, sorry if my pronunciation's off on that, but that is just a brilliant little kit. I am loving that. That's brilliant. What a cool little one. Definitely my favorite so far. I think of any of the Reapers I've seen. Magic. Isabeau LaRoche, Paladin. Nice plain shield if you want to do your own design on there. There's pros and cons to that. You know, sometimes it's easier just to have, you know, something heavily sculpted into it, so it's just a matter of coloring it. But if you want to make this your own completely with your own heraldry on it, this blank one is going to help you out there. Pretty nice. Okay. What is this thing? Eye Beast. Huh. Look at this guy. Oh man. Sorry. I should really be sharing this with you. Look at these teeth, but look at the curled up tongue inside. And it's propelled along by these tentacly looking things. Tentacles sticking out of its head. And this eye gives a lot of space for your own designs and making it whatever creepy way you want this thing to look. But these teeth are so well defined. And I just love that curled up tongue. That's neat. Eye Beast. So, not so many minis in this as we had in box 2. Box 2 seemed to have loads. This one has what, like 5? But this is why. Agramon, the Pit Fiend. Look at the size of this packaging compared to, like, Eye Beast here. This must be one of the more sort of, it's probably like €15 or something. I'll check out all the prices afterwards. But let's get into this because the plastic is really obscuring it. May require assembly. I think this most definitely will require assembly. Okay, so this thing comes in 6 parts. Okay, I'm going to hold this together so you can get a sense of what it looks like for the sake of the video. It'll probably collapse as soon as I put it on camera. Look at this guy. This is like old school demon. This is like one of the images from The Omen. Magic looking. The flame ball in its hand there. These big demonic wings. You can see it in my hand there. It's a good sized character. Loving that. I'm just going to show it beside a demon prince here to give you a sense of scale. It is pretty much scaled to the demon prince from Warhammer. It's not going to be the level of detail that this guy has got, or the amount of variable build options that this thing came with, but it's still a very cool character. Box 3 finishing strong there. And here it is, the final box. We have currently got a tied score here. Haribo 2, stickers 2. And this is going to be the decider unless there's another double in here, but I don't think we're going to get that twice. Let's get into it. Box number 4, Lockdown Special. Okay. Which is going to win? Materials. Well, it's Haribo. Tang Fastics. They got the coolest name, so of any suite, I think, so I don't mind. The Haribo's winning. And we got another one of those leaflets there. So let's see. This is our 4th and final box. Don't know what that giant thing is there, but we'll start here. Cave Troll. Nice texture on the skin there. Lots of easy to paint boils, lumps and bumps. As with all trolls, their sense of decency and couture are minimal. But nice sculpting on the hands and on the face there as well. Good sort of teeth definition, so not so bad to paint, I'd say. Aaron the Conjurer. Oh yeah, and pretty good detail on the face too. You can tell that straight away. These robes are nice. Whatever this mystical stuff is going on above them. Looks like there's faces and teeth in there, like almost like dragon's heads. And he's got some ceremonial stuff going on here, daggers and the like. And yeah, nice. Okay. Mushroom Man 3. Yeah, it's interesting. Sometimes you get these where you get these multiples into one box. These look adorable. Oh my. Where are their faces? Am I totally missing whether... Is that his mouth? Eyes? Are the mushrooms hats? Or are they their heads? Is that his belly button? I don't know. These are not questions I expected to ask myself today. I expected this day to go a very different way. Like, I think those are eyes and a mouth. And then this is a hat. But just where the shoulders are, you would think this is their head. So they've gone from being cute to being kind of confusing. And this one has a staff. And again, the same confusing... Are these... Is this the chest and the navel and the head? I'm just going around and around with these questions. I do kind of like this tree fungus look on their backs. And I'm sure, again, these would be very interesting to paint. They're just a little confusing to look at. All right. Wraith Slayers. More translucent plastic. These look like very sort of easily identifiable wraith looks. That sort of spectral, the cowled face, the spectral translucent blades. These are lovely. Would you even need to do anything with them? Maybe put them on a base, I guess, with some gravel or something, the gravel effect on it. But apart from that, I don't know. I mean, it's... By the nature of the material, it's highlighted and shadowed. Cool. Wraith Slayers. And then Autumn Bronze Leaf. That's so elegant looking after those mushroom men. Let's have a look at Autumn Bronze Leaf. What a beautiful name. I'm guessing Elven. And finally, what is this? This is another huge one. Dwarf King on Throne. Okay. I'm seeing a throne. I'm not seeing a Dwarf King. Oh, it was inside. Okay, so just trying to decipher what all the stuff is. There's a shield there. And here's the throne itself. It has a space here for this animal head to go. So you've got this sort of animal pelt rug thing. There's an axe with a hand on it, but let's find our Dwarf King himself. So here he is. Hopefully you can make that out. I'm just going to put his arm on because I kind of like this pose with the leaning on the axe kind of deal going on here. Like, that's pretty cool. I mean, look at the size of the thing. It's a lump of plastic here. I'll just get a little close-up on our Dwarf King. Looks pretty old. It's some kind of a bird on his shoulder, maybe an owl or something on the shoulder. Hard to tell with just looking into the camera viewfinder, but yeah, pretty cool. Okay, so that's box number 4. That is them all. That was kind of cool, kind of nice variety in there. Some of the boxes came with a whole bunch of smaller minis. A couple of the boxes had like a huge marquee figure, and then 4 or 5 smaller ones alongside it, and a nice range of like stickers and sweets here. I think what I'll do is I'll show the value of each box, but you know that already because you will have seen that on screen. Did you see what the value was like? It was amazing, wasn't it? I think so. I haven't checked. But that brings us to the end of this I think third in the series of Reaper unboxings. I could be wrong, but I do think it's the third one. This was our lockdown special. And I just wanted to say that if you like this video, please consider giving it a thumbs up down below. You have also got the option down there to subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. And you can share the video if there's somebody out there you think might enjoy these Reaper subscription boxes from Mighty Lancer Games. So listen, August is going to look a little different. August, I have a bunch of Adepta Sororitas stuff to get through, so I'm going to start Adepta August next week. And it's going to be 4 weeks of just Adepta Sororitas. I'll probably be doing 2 or 3 unboxings a week. And I am really excited to get into that stuff. I've already looked at other brands' versions of Adepta Sororitas, both in tanks and in miniatures from like Shield Wolf and from Raging Heroes. So let's have a look at the actual source material. Let's look at the Warhammer miniatures, the Citadel stuff, Games Workshop stuff. I'm going to kick it off with the Battle Sisters next Friday, followed on Saturday by the Hospitaller and Amelia Navina. And that is coming up in the next 2 episodes, coming at you Friday and Saturday of next week. Until then, take care, and I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.